Guggenheim, a major US investment firm, is expanding its digital debt product to the XRP ledger through a new partnership with Ripple. Here we have it. Remember, we talk about Flip the Switch event taking place, and once again, this is another example of things really taking place. But welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP holders. Appreciate you guys as always. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, week. Let's take a look at what's happening with the markets and what we could be expecting going into Wednesday morning. So looking across the board, Tuesday was once again a great day for the broader market. You're seeing double-digit gains for a lot of coins right now. Bull market vibes are really high right now within the crypto space. A lot of people are excited. And there are, obviously reasons to feel that because, of course, there's a lot of things happening. So looking across the board right now, like I stated, we're seeing a tremendous amount of green right now within the crypto markets. As far as the XRP price is concerned, $2.30. We're up about 0.6% in USD, also up 0.3% in Bitcoin. Comparative valuation at $135 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 2.5 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So in this video over here, $12 billion Bitwise CIO explains why he thinks Bitcoin is closer to breaking out to all-time highs of $200,000 by the end of this year. So pretty much in this video, he goes and says that due to the fact that, we're seeing so much inflows coming in from big entities, towards, this new emerging digital asset, which of course is being accepted quite a bit, especially Bitcoin, which again is the king of the market. Majority of the inflows are coming towards BTC. The dominance speaks for itself. We're sitting at about almost 64%, which tells you the money that we have in the entire crypto market is a combined valuation. About 64% of that is solely in Bitcoin itself. So he personally says that his overall target for BTC to reach those levels is still in play, which is quite interesting to say the least. And on top of that, today was a massive day because House Committee on Financial Services passes Clarity Act on a 32-19 vote, advancing major crypto legislation to the floor for a full House vote. There are things being, the bill is being passed on, to the bigger vote to take place. And this really takes you, this really makes us understand, hold on, these regulators are not just playing around at this point. You're actually seeing this really taking place. It's not just a rumor at this point, it's all full in force. And we are seeing, votes actually passing and, advancing to the next round of vote. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, because this is, I think, a revolutionary moment for the entire digital asset space. And on top of that, long-term Bitcoin holders now control a record 14.4 million Bitcoin, signaling growing conviction and expectations of higher prices. What if I told you a huge chunk of this is actually being controlled by major institutions such as BlackRock, Fidelity, and so on? Because of course these guys understand the more Bitcoin they hold, the more control they have. Do you really think that this is owned by regular investors, retail investors? Absolutely not. I'm not writing that investors that are just in retail sector don't hold BTC, but majority of the big money is actually from institutions coming in, and they're buying at record levels, which a lot of people overlook because people are always talking about, wait, what's happening with the price? Why is the price not going up? What's going to happen to the price in the next 6 months? Do you think these institutions are here for the next 6 months? Absolutely not. They're here for the long term. And that's why you're seeing accumulation taking place at record levels. And on top of that, chatter to smoke, XRP and XLM are the most important pre-mined coins. Of course, you can see the third crypto assets can be pre-mined. And example, all these existing units of the assets have been issued at once. Ripple, XRP, and Stellar Lumens, which again is XLM, are the most important pre-mined coins. But most of the tokens operating on top existing blockchains are pre-mined as well. So very, very interesting. You can really see these documents really show that XRP and XLM are coins that have that utility aspects to it, have that real world use case, which of course we know about. So again, not too surprised, a lot of these documents talking positively, and a lot of these research papers talking positively about these coins over here. But moving forward, again, speaking about talking positively, you can see tokenized US Treasuries are now live on XRPL. Ondo Finance, backed by BlackRock's Build Fund, unlocks 24/7 institutional access, mintable and redeemable using RLUSD. This is a new era for on-chain finance. Now this makes me think it's backed by BlackRock. It's backed by BlackRock, Build Fund, as we know. So is this really going to be a time where BlackRock starts looking into XRP, maybe filing for that ETF, or maybe even using RLUSD as a stable coin? I'm not writing it off. And do you think that BlackRock is not aware of Solana, XRP, or all these other assets or indexes that are being filed for? I hope you guys realize that these guys are full on, they're full on and analyzing every single situation. I think they're just waiting for the right time to come and file for this ETF. But if you think that these guys are not paying attention, I really hope you guys are looking at it from a completely different angle. But look at this. This chart's going everywhere. A lot of people are talking about this. XRP Golden Cross bullish, so a lot of people are projecting XRP to do this massive breakout and start heading towards all-time highs, price discovery mode, where things just go crazy. As far as the chart is concerned, dominance is still quite high, but I'm not writing this off. I'm not writing that the breakout is not imminent. I think the breakout could definitely happen if the dominance continues to fall, which of course would ignite that altcoin season that a lot of people are waiting for. And on top of that, a little bit more onto that, XRP fighting to hold above a minor resistance, flip it and as a support right now. Looking for closes above $2.40 for the first stage of the trend reversal. Kind of agree with that. We're going to pull out the charts and I'm going to share my personal thoughts. So since our last night update, what's really positive is that, the dominance is pulling down while Bitcoin is pretty much staying stagnant. Pretty much exactly where we were yesterday. That's exactly where BTC is right now, which again is really nice to see. So not a lot of movement from Bitcoin, but the dominance on the other hand did pull down, and you can really see how altcoins are feeling the love. And that's right in front of our eyes, and this is something that I don't want you guys to be obviously overlooking. But with that said, let's take a look at what's happening with XRP. So if you're looking at XRP, still having a hard time breaking out of that $2.30 resistance. I've spoken to you guys about this before, and I'm showing you this again. We need to break out of this key resistance, because if we're able to do that, then as Crypto Insight UK says, $2.40. I'm personally projecting, this $2.49 to even 50 resistance to be the next target, and breaking above that may take us back into the 23.6, which in my opinion is all-time high territory. So let me know down below what you guys think. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe, and we'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.